be our guide. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. Сочи и Калининград по-китайски говорят. Расстояние пропало от Аляски до Урала, от Чикаго до Читы, от Литвы до Алматы, от Сиднея до Берлина, от Парижа до Пекина. Around the world a ray of light is calling people to unite, igniting all the points inside. Endless love will be our guide. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. Miren lo que sucedió en Japón y Kazajstán, siempre en los días también, en Moscú y Jerusalén. Más ciudades y naciones, más hermanos sin uniones, grandes olas de amor, solo clic un corazón. Around the world a ray of light is calling people to unite, igniting all the points inside. Endless love will be our guide. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. Above the place and beyond time, a new humanity will shine. מסוסויני כתואבה, אבל יחד תהיה לכם קומה של קדושה, רק בינינו נדליק כתואבה, לשלמת גדולה. Every side there a spark, yearning to unite, all together we bring the practice of the light. Every heart there a spark, yearning to unite in this fire of love. La 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 la, 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 la 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 la
And once I have acquired the above-mentioned clothing, sparks of love promptly begin to shine within me. The heart begins to long to unite with my friends, and it seems to me that my eyes see my friends, my ears hear their voices, my mouth speaks to them, the hands embrace, the feet dance in a circle, in love and joy together with them. And I transcend my corporeal boundaries. I forget the vast distance between my friends and me, and the outstretched land for many miles will not stand between us. It is as though my friends are standing right within my heart and see all that is happening there, and I become ashamed of my petty acts against my friends. Then I simply exit the corporeal vessels, and it seems to me that there is no reality in the world except my friends and I. After that, even the I is canceled and is immersed, mingled in my friends, until I stand and declare that there is no reality in the world, only the friends. Rabash, letter number 8. L'chaim. So now, friends, what we'd like to do is introduce, many mirrors going on. We'd like to introduce Tbilisi, Georgia. This group has gathered, so let's give them our support as they have given us theirs.
Дорогие товарищи, уважаемый Рав, братья, мы вначале хотели просто провести
Dear
зеркальный...
friends, we just wanted to have a first Mirror Congress, but it turned out to be International Congress. The friends came from Petah Tikva, friends from Baku. We have representatives from Mexico, Odessa, and of course, Tbilisi group. It's such a bouquet here. All the articles of Rabash we've experienced here. It's incredible. Exactly what you read right now. That's the sensation we have. Thank you very much. Indeed, guys, we are those that call ourselves Israel. We do this mission the Kabbalists that gave us long time ago. We erase all the borders, all the boundaries between us, the cultures, and we do the same religion, which is called love, above all the differences. In fact, we have all different kind of situations, because every month we have some kind of a holiday, some kind of festivity where we can create new binds and make changes in our lives. I could do a lot at this Congress, and I did marry during this Congress because of our friends from Georgia, which supported me. It was done very easily. I invite everybody who wants to get married to Georgia. He'll receive a bouquet very easily, and he will carry out the commandment which Kabbalists gave us, that the person has to be complete. Good luck to all of us. L'chaim.
And now we want to go to hear from our friends from another huge Mirror Congress. We want to hear our friends from Sochi.
Дорогие хаверим, начну с того, что наш зеркальный конгресс начал с очень тяжелой подготовки.
We began from the fact that Mirror Congress began with such a difficulty. But it goes on and all the friends are happy. And each expresses his happiness and the entire decision. Nobody wants it to end. We chose to be synchronously with you, so that our hearts would dance with you and they would exit their material boundaries. I think that we've succeeded in our connection, and the next Congress is going to be even better. L'chaim, friends. Too late.
To your heart is sealed off by a stone, and there's no chance to get in. You feel so far away, separated from him, all the time still trying to live. But the moment has come to demand what you need to return and move up step by step. And the lock on your heart suddenly breaks apart from the darkness. Light shining in above the ups and downs. The love of friends is the only way we can grow. With one intention we will send to Him the prayer of many from us below. Lie, 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 lie. נשארים מנעולים חזקים על אותם שערים שיוצאים את הלב. כל הזמן מפרידים, כל הזמן מרחיקים ממי שהכל מסובב. מדרגה, מדרגה, מחזיקים, מדברים ודורשים את הכוח לחזור. ופתאום עלולים נעשים להתאחים והחושך הופך לאור. Above the ups and downs, the love of friends is the only way we can grow. With one intention we will send to Him the prayer of many from us below. מעל המצבים החברים שומרים עליך באהבה, ביחד מעלים תפילת רבים, כולנו באותה כוונה. לי, 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 לי,
Friends, they asked me to sum up what I felt during the Congress, and I didn't know I was going to speak, so I could only tell you what I feel. I'm so impressed with all of my friends. I'm so impressed at the way my friends work together to run this Congress, to put together this Congress. I'm so impressed at the way the veterans help the new friends. I'm most impressed by the new friends because they were able to understand stuff that I didn't understand for many years. And yeah, there were some problems, there were some challenges, but through everything, our teacher just brought everything home. And the fact that we're able to talk about the Arvut in such a serious way, to talk about connection in such a serious way, to feel the connection in a serious way. I hope and I pray that all my friends get what they deserve and that this connection stays. It's not just a Congress phenomena. We learned a lot. We need everybody to get to the next level. And I pray for all my friends can realize the greatness of the goal and the greatness of the Creator. L'chaim b'nei Baruch.
That's the point we will return. We are one village, that's how we used to be. We are one village, and we're living in unity. We are one village, that's how we used to be. We are one village, and we're living in unity. We're one people, with one body, and one voice for everybody. We're one people, with one body, and one voice for everybody. Spreading the unity within. We are all like little drops of water, streaming into one home. And we are all brave spiritual warriors, racing towards a goal. If all we are is alone here, then what are we human for? And what are we doing banging our knuckles on a wide open door? We are one village, that's how we used to be. We are one village, and we're living in unity. We are one village, that's how we used to be. We are one village, and we're living in unity. We're one people, with one body, and one voice for everybody. We're one people, with one body, and one voice for everybody. Spreading the unity within. Spreading the unity within. Spreading the unity within.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד.
L'chaim, friends.
Kyle.
Okay. Let's settle, please. Good. So this lesson 9 of the Congress is really the first lesson of a new state, a new step. At the beginning of this process, we asked friends what did they want from this Congress, and it was unanimous that we wanted to reach this unity, get a foothold, and then learn to hold on to it, learn how to actually live in it. As Rav said in the question and answer lesson that we had, if we don't grow, we don't just stop, we disappear. And in any case, our job is to align with the whole flow and thought of nature, the thought of the Creator. So we can't stop. The next step for us is how we really take this love of friends, and how does it change all of our reality? How do we bring the whole world into our 10? And the operative thing here is bringing it into the 10. So there's confusion. How do we do this sort of thing? Well, maybe we tasted love of friends with each other. Many of us did in all kinds of different forms. But then, how do I maintain it? How do I relate this to the world? How do we really turn the world into the place of love of friends? And here we have lots of confusions and illusions, imagination, and the job seems, well, we want it, but it seems almost an impossibility. But it isn't an impossibility. There is a structure, there's a method, there's a way that we begin this inter-inclusion of drawing the whole world, all of our reality. Not that we spread it out, even though there is an effect like that, but actually we're bringing the whole world into our love with each other. So, sounds nice, but that's what humanity has wanted since it appeared, since we became a creature. And now we're at this step. We're at this step to now take what we've tasted, what we've learned, and actually begin to achieve the last steps of the desire that was in the thought of creation. We need to know how. We've been longing to know this forever. So, Rav, how are we to work correctly to be able to bring the entire world into the connection that we have, into our 10s?
We can say that we don't care about the world. I've got my 10. I can work in the 10, and that'll be the end of my work. And in general, every person in the world can say, I've got something of my own. I don't care about everything else that's happening in the world in some countries or continents. What's it got to do with me? How am I responsible? But that's incorrect. First of all, because we are aimed at the Creator, and for Him, the whole world is just something uniform, something complete. It's indivisible. Completely, it's all one. I and the Lord do not change. He created only one Havaya, one 10. We learn this in the 4 phases of direct light. The fact that afterwards this whole thing divides into many, many details, units, it's from our perspective. But from the perspective of the Creator, there is nothing more than 10, connected as one. That's it. And therefore, if we want His favor, if we want to get His support, His help to bring us closer, then we have no choice but to work the way He demands and He looks at it. So we need to, and we see this according to Kabbalists and how they work, how they wrote, that we have to look at the whole of reality, at the entire world, to see it like this. I have my own 10. But actually, it only now seems to me as a 10, and that it's mine, and I can concentrate on it and nothing else. It's true that my inner work, emotionally, I begin it there and I complete it there. But I also have to see how through all of my work, during my work, the whole work connects to my 10. It assembles, gathers into it, just like we learn about the perception of reality. So we should see the whole world as a 10. And so you cannot achieve the end of correction if I do not spread out the knowledge about the correction throughout the world, especially that we are now at the final stage of the correction of the world. We should already understand that the fact that we see the world is so dark, so disintegrated, doesn't mean that it's far from correction. On the contrary, there, where the biggest darkness appears, from there the light begins to shine. And therefore, we are now facing a huge opening where humanity is already subconsciously expecting. People are beginning to feel that this world has no future in the way that it's developing. It's not developing, it's an ongoing decline, deterioration into new crises. And these crises are only leaps in a descent. So the world would certainly expect something better if it knew a little bit about the system where we exist and how we can improve our situation. That it's all, that we are in this special state on purpose, each one within and all of us in this reality, in order to correct it. Therefore, if we are talking about the love of man, from which we come to the love of the Creator, then we need to relate to all of reality, to all of humanity, as to people who are very close to us, from whom we certainly would not conceal the good future that we are going to achieve. This is from the perspective of people, from the perspective of the world, and from the perspective of the Creator as well. We should feel within us how our relation to Him obligates us to relate in the same way to people. Because from the love of others, you get to the love of the Creator. I cannot relate to the Creator better than I relate to the world, to His creations. This is the test on how I relate to Him. So we must give as much abundance to the world as they can receive, as much as they can feel, absorb the good future that is intended for all of humanity. And that we have a method, we have the means, the instruments to realize this method and really elevate everyone to the level of the Garden of Eden. And therefore, we must disseminate this knowledge in a way that is easy, approachable, accessible to every person in the world. And as much as we can, we should just present it to them as approachable and as accessible as possible. This is why we talked to you yesterday and today about the archive, which is really not an archive, it's a big portal of the method of the end of correction. And this is specifically what they will learn and what they will use, all of humanity. There is no need for any science, nothing, except for this wisdom, for the purpose of the correction of the world and attainment of godliness. So I'm very happy that we are presenting it to you today, our archive, and through it we are preparing ourselves for mass worldwide dissemination. This is all one side of the work, one aspect of it. The other aspect of our work in dissemination, which greatly influences the 10, is that when I'm in a 10, and I want to elevate it, each time higher and higher to a more and more powerful level, I need an environment around the 10. Just like a person needs an environment, the 10 also needs an environment. And therefore, we talked about how we should relate nicely to people in general, how we should relate nicely to the Creator, and that by this we disseminate. And the third aspect in the dissemination is that we need it for ourselves. I need it for my 10. Because without the support from the outside around the 10, we won't be able to advance. We won't have sufficient forces, powers. We need the surrounding light to come to us specifically through those who are around us. We exist both for them and through them, and from within them we are nourished. Because we are strong in quality. But we also need to be strong in quantity. And quantity could be only from those people who join us from the outside, who don't belong to us to quite that same knowledge and journey, but rather we relate to them as to the guf, the body of the parzuf, while we are the head, the rosh. When we establish the right intentions, the right direction, the connection with the Creator, like the rosh of the parzuf, the head of the parzuf, and then we receive from the Creator the lights, and pass it on to them, to the guf, to the body. And they will be ready. Through our preparation, they will be ready to receive it. And because they will be ready to receive, we will be able to turn to the Creator to receive from Him light and pass it on to them. Therefore, we must disseminate. And there are many more reasons why we should do it. It is the merging of the souls, where each is included in everyone else. We need everyone. It doesn't matter where a person is. He could be studying in the North Pole or the South Pole. We need that person to use together with us the same method as much as he can. That's why the archive, our portal, must be built for it. What else can I add? Maybe you can remind me?
Reading from Bala Salam, the Arvut. The end of the correction of the world will only be by bringing all the people in the world under His work. As it is written, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall the Lord be one, and His name one. And the text specifies on that day, and not before.
So it is impossible that we achieve the end of correction without the very last person on earth achieving it as well. And therefore, we must see to it, because it is not those who yearn for the Creator because of their point in the heart that reach Him. We are not really so special, so unique, because the Creator gave everyone a point in the heart. And accordingly, we are lit up and are attracted. But those people who don't have a point in their heart, He gave them only suffering in life, without any possibility to understand why they live and why they suffer. So it is specifically toward them that He is turning to them. Were it not for the correction of the world, we would not exist in here. We would not be here. Meaning those who are called Israel, Yashar Kel, straight to the Creator, those who have a point in the heart. There would only be the body, the guf, souls suffering in this world. In order to lift them, to pluck them out of that terrible state and bring them to dvekut, to adhesion with the Creator, as a result, a very, very small part of the souls receives an awakening straight to the Creator. So we need to understand that the purpose of creation is actually intended for those people who don't get the awakening. And we need to go along with this program. Therefore, what we do, in every way we want, if we really want to perform a spiritual action, we have to think how we, each and every one of us, acts toward the 10, and how from the 10 we act toward all of humanity. And through humanity, we are acting on the Creator. Therefore, The rule is simple: from the love of man to the love of God. It has to work in this way. If we understand it, even just a little bit, we will have even the smallest thought that this is how we have to work. It'll really help us to get new spiritual states. Yes, please.
You want to ask a question about that? How can we move from the perception of our 10 and from the perception of our 10 to the perception of humanity, and from that to the perception of the Creator? Let's try and feel this process inside. Go ahead. Again, the question: how do we move from the perception of our 10 to the perception of humanity to the perception of the Creator? Go ahead.
I think whole process started from to see and to absorb everything what I'm receiving through the group, because otherwise it's egotistical perception, and even bring it that everything comes from no one else besides also in the group, and that will be correct lens to start it, to bring the picture of the world as a common mutual vision.
Right, and when we work with the 10, then we reach a point that we realize in this connection, it can be self-serving. You know, we are whole on the one hand, but on the other hand, there's an entire portion of the general soul that we also have to tend to, so that desire comes from the integration that we get in the 10.
And then the Creator is revealed in humanity through absence. It feels like concealment. It's initially what causes you to seek spirituality. From there, then you seek the 10. Then you start developing the understanding that you can reveal the Creator through the 10, with the 10. And then you come to have a relationship with the 10 where you now feel like in the 10 you can identify the Creator.
This identity is discovered inside the 10 by all annulling to a single goal, a shared desire that together we will be void of receiving for ourselves, but instead receiving this light of correction that can be distributed throughout this world, reconnecting it to a harmonious system of Havaya.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but after I heard everyone speak, it became clear that, the 10 really gives us this sort of efficiency, this sort of organization that we can't really achieve if we're just, individuals. It gives us this framework that we can really keep everyone in balance, but, everywhere, it's really a practical thing that, we can always sort of put it into practice and see how we can make it better, even to where the 10s become more integrated, more aimed towards each other in a way that you can lose your identity in the 10 and just find yourself there and relate to that as who you are.
Yes, indeed, it's it's a very practical system, and what I've been through over the last few days and what I've received from this system, within my heart, I want to share this because I know I can't keep it within. You want humanity to feel what we are feeling, the connection that we have, the joy that we have, the power that we've received in these last few days. We've got to share it with them.
And also, too, we begin to see another role that the 10 takes on. It serves many purposes, and right now it seems like the purpose is that, okay, we've been given a 10 to work with. Now let's work with this 10 and learn to disseminate. Let's learn to use this tool as a way to, you've encompassed these 10, you felt them, they felt you. Now what else is needed from us? And that is when we move into this point of dissemination as the 10 for a tool specifically for that at this stage.
it's all about the dissemination. You know, you go from the perception of your 10 to the perception of the people you're disseminating to, and then you're receiving qualities back from them. It's a reciprocal system. It's not something that works. And then with enough dissemination and the right intention and all the things that we've been talking about over the last 4 days, you can start perceiving the Creator in a different way, becoming part of the Creator, becoming part of Shekhinah, you know. But it's becoming part of that system. It's not the way we think about things. A plus B doesn't equal C. It's a collective thing.
Yeah, it's a collective thing, and this collective thing, it has a very unique quality to overflow into the humanity's minds and thoughts and intentions, because what we want to reach here for nullification between us and to come to really one sensation, one heart, one movement, one man, really, that is actually overflow to the humanity and ignite a lot more points in the heart, and people start think differently and start act differently, start wanting to spirituality.
Yeah, we started this lesson with the fact that from the perspective of the Creator, the whole reality is 110. So in order to equalize with his perception, we have to reach that state and to feel, to truly, you know, not just to say it, but to feel the responsibility and care for the entire system, the whole of humanity, as our own 10, our own baby that we are responsible for serving, just as the Creator serves it.
And to reveal the Creator in the 10, with the 10, it means to acquire the attribute of bestowal. We're speaking about dissemination, and I think this is the only way to really bestow onto humanity. This is how you connect the dots. You know, what's in it for the society if we're just keeping it for ourselves? What's in it for the Creator if we're holding on to the wisdom and we're not doing anything with it? We're not learning to unite. We're not building. We're not growing the sparks.
And dissemination takes on a bit different of a purpose besides just like shoving information about connection to people. It's also a measurement of aviyut, like these furthest vessels of ourselves, these distant vessels of reception, the distance between this quality and the quality of bestowal that we want to connect them to.
A reading from quote number 4, Likutei Moharan. Every person should say, "The whole world was created only for me." It follows that if the whole world has been created for me, I have to look and delve into the correction of the world at all times, satisfy the needs of the world, and pray for them. Again, quote number 4, Likutei Moharan. Every person should say, "The whole world was created only for me." It follows that if the whole world has been created for me, I have to look and delve into the correction of the world at all times, satisfy the needs of the world, and pray for them.
This is the Maharan shows us here even harder conditions. I have to pray for the whole world, to tend to the whole world, to care for the whole world. In terms of the general system, we're speaking from the perspective of general reality. It's not like they want to teach us morals or manners the way humanity does, being polite and all that. Here we're talking from the perspective of the system itself. The system is complete. And it works in such a way, conducts itself in such a way, that we need to understand the connection between all the parts It's impossible for me to correct myself if I'm not correcting my connection with everyone, and I have no personal correction within me. All the corrections are in the connections. When Adam HaRishon broke that general system that the Creator created, which is called the soul, neshama, it divided into myriad pieces. So it's not like each piece in itself is flawed, but the relationship between the parts is flawed. This is why when we look at a person, you don't need to look at that person that he's not corrected. He's got lack of correction with everyone. When we talk about our correction in the 10, what are we talking about? The correction of our connections. When we say he's lazy, he's squanderous, he's stingy, whatever, these things in themselves have you can't measure them. You can't evaluate them unless with respect to others. So, if I'm talking about the correction of my soul, it will not be corrected until I correct my connection with every person in the world. And we shouldn't think it's an exaggeration. This is what we have to do. We don't understand this integral system and how it works. And that it doesn't happen specifically one at a time. If I begin to relate to all of reality as I do to myself, then these connections begin to fall into place. They begin to connect. And this whole system begins to become corrected more and more and connected more and more, and the Creator becomes clearer and clearer within it. Just like it appears out of the mist. So each one should say that the world was created for me because this is my soul. And I have to connect to the whole world. And everyone should be as parts of my soul. Try to think this way, and you will see how by this your perception expands. All of a sudden, it becomes much clearer what Kabbalists are saying. And the upper light begins to shine through this world where you don't stand against it, resist it. You want to bring it closer so the surrounding light begins to shine for you and you broaden, you expand, your mind expands. So don't forget that the world was created for each and every one of us.
So let's take 30 seconds first to feel what, since our soul is outside of us, since the whole world needs to be included and awakened in our soul, what is that prayer that we would pray all the time? Feel what that necessity would be first for 30 seconds. Go. Now express to your friends what that prayer is and how it can be done all the time. Now express what that need, that prayer is, to your friends and how it can be done always.
I think a person should stay close to his friends and never forget why he's there. I think the necessity is really seen in the state of the world, and when we realize that we're the leaders and we're the ones that have to do this work so that they could see this example from us, and then, you know, it puts the burden, but it also gives us great force to carry out this work.
The request would be that the Creator will give my friends that concern, that strong desire to pray for each other, so that each one of us can draw that light, because only from Him can we get the power to connect. Because without that connection, we're not going to achieve the goal. But we have to pray for each other. The prayer is the most important thing.
And the prayer is also for the friends to remain connected, for the friends to be adhered to one another, knowing that through that connection and through that the friends being adhered, this is how we come into contact with the next level of work that's been handed to us. That has to be in place first, has to be stabilized before we can move into the next level of our work.
I don't think it's prayer. I think it's an action. I think that we just act. I think that our intentions have to be clear. And if our intention is to move forward, so we bring the correction to the world, so we bring contentment to the Creator, you could turn that into a prayer, but it's based upon you acting. You know, talk is cheap. What are you doing with your heart? What are you doing with your hands and legs?
My prayer is so you guys have a strength, and not to forget to hold each other. And I truly want that you will hold each other. And when you hold each other, you will feel that the force will giving you the strength, and you can pass it on.
Yeah, I know that we're all saying the same thing. We want to be able to care for each other, to care for the world. This is caring for the Creator as well, and how it can always be done by ourselves without the Creator, I don't see this as being possible. So we have to understand that we have to prepare the foundation. We need to try to develop this increasing desire, but ultimately we need the force of the Creator behind us. We need Him in this agreement, so that He'll be in every action, every word.
Ultimately, it's our obligation to emanate light. It's we're annulling before a torch as a candle. We go out into the world, and we have to emanate this light, the light that we receive here, the light we receive when we're together, when we're doing the work together. This is our prayer. My prayer is that we continue to reveal the light together, and that we emanate it.
Yeah, connect us to receive this light that reforms in order to change our vessels from, in order to receive, to in order to bestow, that we might bring your quality of your greatness to the world, that they should all be in recognition that you are the source, both the source and the purpose of everything, and you are good that does good, and we should all sing and dance and enjoy together that the Creator is great.
Yeah, I had a similar thought. You know, it's like we're bringing the Creator, you know, seemingly back to the world, putting Him in His place. You know, He's the first. I think it's just the order of the work. And, I think the realization comes from here. You know, this balance that we attain in the 10, it's giving us that sign that, really the Creator is really guiding us. And He wants humanity to feel that too. But He wants us to reveal it.
Every one of us at this table is tremendously blessed. We have a system and method that's been given to us, and we've been taught how to pray for humanity, pray for our 10, pray for each other. And the rest of the world don't have this.
We're all one body, we all have different roles. We unite unite and draw the light. It's up to us, you know. Up the ladder, left and right, we climb the middle line. The world of infinity reveals to us one bit at a time. Every situation comes like this. First there's a flirt and then there comes a kiss. There's nothing bad about it, ascending on the ladder of degrees. The only thing we have to see is the giver is higher than the receiver. Nothing bad about it, ascending on the ladder of degrees. The only thing we have to see is the giver is higher than the receiver. The giver is higher than the receiver. We are all one body, we all have different roles. We unite and draw the light, it's up to us, you know. Up the ladder, left and right, we climb the middle line. The world of infinity appears to us one bit at a time. Every situation comes like this. First there's a flirt and then there comes a kiss. There's nothing bad about it, sitting on the ladder of degrees. The only thing we have to see is the giver is higher than the receiver. Nothing bad about it, sitting on the ladder of degrees. The only thing we have to see is the giver is higher than the receiver. Giver is higher than the receiver.
Quote number 7 from Degel Machane Ephraim. One who truly wants to serve the Creator must include himself with all the creations, connect himself with all the souls, include himself with them, and they with him. That is, you should leave for yourself only what is needed for connecting to the Shekhinah, so to speak. This requires closeness and many people. For the more people serve the Creator, the more the light of the Shekhinah appears to them. For this reason, one must include himself with all the people and with all creations, and raise everything to their root, to the correction of the Shekhinah, so to speak.
How do we, in a group, when we talk about the connection between us, should also talk about the connection with the whole world and with the Creator, and include the whole of this reality together in order to describe and depict to ourselves the final corrected state, and pray for this. Go ahead.
I'm thinking that really
This is the last question.
When you raise a prayer at higher and higher levels, you start to realize that you're praying for an entire system, not parts of a system. Nature takes care of itself as a whole, and it's been revealed to us that what we want to do is try to emulate the Creator, and that sounds kind of weird, but the system is taking care of itself, so we want to be included in that system as well as part of taking care of it, as opposed to, the road that man is on right now is just in a receptive role. But now we want to fall in line and be homogenous with that system and integrate with it so that all parts are taken care of from a conscious state.
It all just goes back to greatness of the Creator. The Creator. There's like this flow of energy, and it's the Shekinah, and that's everything comes from that, and that by returning to that, and understanding that He created our entire world with just one thought, from beginning to end, from the end of history, the beginning of history, and back and forth and up and down and sideways. It's just one thought, and by including the group, society, all of humanity, which are the things that are sort of messing up the Shekinah, the things that aren't operating in concert with the Shekinah. By bringing them back to their beginning, to their wholeness, we're bringing contentment to the Creator, and this is where what our job is. This is our mission.
The Creator is, the way I feel it, it's a wholeness. It's a complete harmonious picture system where there is no flows. And only in my egotistical eyes I see there is separation and rejections and breakages in the places where it's supposed to be flow. So for sure, I'll have to ask, must ask for that wholeness to reveal through the whole pictures what I see in front of my eyes and what is my sensation, and that includes humanity, it includes righteous and wicked, everyone, and obviously start from the group. And me is the one who's supposed to be at very, very end chain of all of these prayers for this wholeness to reveal back again, and to see and to feel there is only one force behind it.
Yeah, and we are a pipeline allowing that force to be revealed, and I think that's easy to forget, that the fact that without us positioning ourselves in between the Creator and the world, like we were nothing. There's just nothing in any action that we're doing unless we're being that conduit from the Creator to the world, and for this to go back to the Creator. So we have to try to support each other to that we won't lose this correct depiction, and we won't forget or disregard any of these elements.
This is the covenant that I sign when I enter this 10 and when I join the environment, that I vow with every ounce of desire within me to really adhere and come close to you guys and make sure that we all stick together, because when we go out into the environment, it would appear that it's outside of me, and I know that it isn't. I know that it's very much so all what I'm perceiving, but I need a constant reminder of that because
Connect us in our lack, our great chisaron, our undying hunger that it should ever grow and never be satisfied, that we should only desire always to be closer and closer to His greatness, and at the same time remain as distant in quality as He should require in order to give a grounding place for Him to place His light, and of course that we could bring the whole world and system that He created to give Him contentment in our connecting and caring for one another.
Yeah, just to add to everyone, I think this kind of came from everyone's answer, but it's like this, like I imagine like this world where, we start to consider, everyone with just, working consciously. John said it too, this conscious awareness that we're working with intention, and we're not working with this animalistic tendency anymore. We're focused on why, and not just this child that's out in the world, without any awareness of or consideration for anything, not even the Creator.
I'd like to thank each and every one of our friends who came here today, who made the effort to come to this Congress. And I feel honored and privileged to be part of this wonderful group of friends. And I want to thank you for everything that I felt at this Congress, because you've taken it to a whole new level. And I give thanks to the Creator. L'chaim, friends.
The friends have really covered it well. It's just not a whole lot to add. It's really about feeling the collective intention that's between us, no matter how it manifests, because there's only one desire. And we all describe it because we're in the
Okay,
workshop.
friends, so this is going to be the last quote that we'll read, followed by a workshop question. After that, we're going to move into the Q&A. So whoever has a question, you can go ahead and move to the area. Prepare your questions to ask them after this. So this is quote number 13 from Bala Salam, the love for the Creator and love for the created beings. The Israeli nation was to be a transition. This means that to the extent that Israel cleansed themselves by keeping the Torah, so they passed their power onto the rest of the nations. And when the rest of the nations also sentence themselves to a scale of merit, then the Messiah will be revealed. That is because the role of the Messiah is not only to qualify Israel to the ultimate goal of adhesion with Him, but to teach the ways of God to all the nations. As the verse says, and all the nations will flow unto Him.
When we're all sitting here together, it's very, that transition, that state of being for the 10 and thinking of passing on the light, there's like a power that's helping us do that. And this is the last lesson of the Congress, and seemingly it's an end, but it's also a beginning. It's a beginning of this new state, of this power that we've all acquired here together. And from here we can only rise. So we want to ask you, how do we maintain that being the transition, being always on the one hand connected to my 10, connected to the friends, on the other hand connected to the world, to the deficiency of the world, to the lack of it? How do we maintain that state even after we seemingly spread with our bodies to different locations, different areas, different time zones? How do we maintain that state of being a transition even after we're all in our own places, in our own homes? Go ahead.
Time and space is not material in spirituality. It doesn't matter where you are. I live in Italy and I belong to a 10 in Israel, and I'm very connected to all my friends in America and my friends in Israel, my friends in Russia. And we have this special gift. We have this network that the Creator has given us, and we've been granted, that is connecting the whole world just to position us right now, right at this exact time, to do this work. And I always say that we're shaking the upper worlds right now because we have, the time is now, we are the people, we are positioned to do it, but never before has a group been spread all over the world like this. This is a unique experience. There's no coincidence here. This is, this is on every continent, everywhere. People talking about the greatness of the Creator, people talking about the wisdom of Kabbalah, people talking about Shekhinah. And there's a purpose, there's a reason. Time is now. We're the people that need to do it. And if that doesn't carry you, you shouldn't have come here in the first place.
I think we have a hub. I really think we have a center of our life. It's lesson, and there is always this connection. Must be continued through the lesson, because this is constant change. We're getting influenced by the light. We draw the light on the lessons. We connect through the lessons. We connect to our teachers, to the sages, to everything. And this is never should be stopped. But this is like inhaling. Then we can exhale by going into disseminate in between the lessons, okay? And that's what we have to do. And then we'll have this super need of a brand new lesson, because we need to inhale again And I think it's a good connection. Plus, we can unite in dissemination and to do work together and help each other and to brainstorm and to do the whole thing together.
Yeah, I'm very, very grateful and blessed to receive such support from my friends. If I'm even 10 minutes late for a lesson, I'm getting WhatsApps from like friends from all over the world, like, where are you? Why are you late? I'm forced to disseminate and answer, deficiencies of students 3 days a week, whether I like it or not. But, what about my friends? Who's watching them, that they'll be in the lesson? Who's making sure that they're disseminating? Like, I worry, and I think that this global support that needs to be done, that's really why we're having this Congress, because we have to really see that we need to care for every single friend in every corner of the globe, each and every single day.
This Congress has been such an amazing and incredible experience to even be involved with the preparation and seeing how everything was set up. I spoke about with a friend earlier that it's almost like in ancient times it's similar to caravans traveling through the desert. We come, we set up, we unite for a few nights, and then we disappear. But that is just our body. We have to figure out a way to keep that in our hearts. I think our friends, with a framework, we have something, but it's even on a spiritual level. It's prayer. It's keeping the intention with the friend, keeping the friends in heart. Sure, it's phone calls and text messages, but it's visiting them and traveling. But I feel like it is so much more. I feel that.
Our work is to help each friend install this foundation connective thought, this single desire, to basically run like a motor on neutral underneath the whole time throughout our day. We might be dealing egoistically with whatever people in the world, it doesn't matter, but constantly running inside our heart and our mind is, we are your people, Israel. Connect us to receive the light that reforms. We are your people, Israel. Connect us inside the desire to please you. Connect us to receive the light that reforms. Connect us to inside the desire to please you. It should just be running constantly like a purring kitten. Keeping us warm and connected throughout the day.
Each and every single day, each and every single day, just like we drink water, as the sun comes up, it comes down each and every day. It's a habit, we have to really find that habit because, come on, we can each grab our phones right now, start a WhatsApp group, message each other, remind each other every single second if we wanted to. We have the time. There's nothing that we're lacking. We just have to use what we already have. It's all right here.
This amazing society has everything. We've been given everything, and it's there at our fingertips now. So as we leave this Congress, let's hold on to the feeling that we've developed here, the sensation that we've felt, the desire that we see in all the friends' eyes. Hold on to that if things become hard, because from here on it's going to be easier. The Creator's going to be giving us that light that we need, because we're all demanding it with one man, one heart.
I agree, and that's a beautiful thing about a Congress.
We can approach the questions and continue on this topic too, or whatever else you want to ask. I drew here, like you've seen many times, the relation between us and the rest of the world. The whole world is like the body of the soul, and we are like the head of the soul. We need to pass on the deficiencies from the whole world through us to the Creator and receive from Him abundance and bring it down through us to the whole world. So we are here in between. See ourselves as a pipeline between the Creator, who is up here in importance, and the world. So we mustn't forget that we must maintain ourselves as connectors between the world and the Creator. We are servants of the whole world to introduce the Creator to the world. And this is our role. We have to be proud of it, that we can thereby be operators, servants, both of the Creator and of humanity. This is our role. So pride here should be from being allowed to work for the sake of the Creator and for the sake of the world. And because bestowal is the ultimate, most important activity, operation in humanity, we have been privileged with developing the act of bestowal. Now let's go to questions.
Morning, Rav, dear family. I'm Mary from New York, also Toronto group. I have a question regarding dissemination in the area of education in the United States. I conduct connection circles and presentations to both students and administrators. And all of the intervention theories don't work. Anti-bullying courses don't work. But they see what I do, what we do works. They know there's something very different about what I bring to the table versus all these other methodologies and theories and you name it, they've tried everything, and it's failing our students. So is it appropriate at this time to tell them where I get my material? I have not mentioned Kabbalah, although students ask me questions about the shattering and the pieces. Why can't we just all fit back together again? They're asking very deep questions they want to know. And they won't find the answer anywhere else. So is it appropriate at this time in our dissemination efforts to mention Kabbalah?
No. We need to explain to them that from the very beginning, normally in kindergartens, it's still existing. Kids are positioned in a circle and, they play with them in this way. But at school, that's it. They sit by themselves, each one in his own desk, and each one gets his own mark. Each one is asked separately, and it's not good. They lose connection with one another. And even competition is encouraged between them. That's a problem. We should continue sitting in groups of 5, maybe a few more, I don't know. But in groups. And they should answer everything together and be responsible together. And like that all the time. Only in this way will a person grow correctly, knowing how to connect to other people, that he is a part of them, etc. So there's no explanation here. They should just be shown the 10. And the rest of those cosmetic changes that they're doing is not going to help. Only in everyday practice, during the studies, their tests, everything. Not let them be apart, but always be in a small group. Good luck, Mary.
Good afternoon, Rav. My name is Valery. I am from San Francisco. I have a question about my question about prayer in the tent. How to build the exact how to build the prayer exact prayer? What does it mean, the prayer which is from the bottom to the top?
I can't tell you. You can't do this automatically or according to some arrangement, some order. You just need to feel the heart. To feel your own heart and the heart of the friends, to try to connect them into a single heart. Otherwise, there is no place from which the prayer should stem. To depict the Creator as being about to fill your common heart, your general heart, on condition that each one prays for the others. And then, when you come to a state where everyone's connected by each one being there for the others, and each one, because he's working for the others, he's praying to the Creator. So you will feel that the Creator is relating to all of you together because you've come to one system, a single system. And this is how the prayer comes out. Until you achieve connection with everyone, merging with everyone, and each one with everyone else, and everyone with the Creator, the prayer is over.
Спасибо. Кажется, что очень просто.
Thank you. It sounds very simple.
I'm Adrienne from Brooklyn, New York. My question is this. I'm in a virtual group, and I'm okay with the virtual group. And when I recognize things that's causing me not to connect to the group, and the virtual group is real easy for me to implement certain things so I can be there for the group. But when it comes to the physical group, the physical connection, and it's almost painful. I'm serious. I've been in tears sometimes trying to go to the center, and we have a physical center. And I've come to the conclusion that my fear is the things that I've been living by for a long time that kept me safe. I'm going to have to give them up, and I don't know how to do that.
So you have something to pray for. And not run away. And do come to the physical group and feel how much you can't and won't. How you want to drive there and then you don't, and then you do, and then you don't, but you decide, no, tomorrow I'll go for sure. And the next day you still can't go. I can feel it. Above reason. Just go. Ask a friend to pick you up from home, to take you, to carry you. But go with all your might. Try to be there and not let your thoughts speak to you, but rather constantly just listen to what they're saying. And not from within, you'll get all kinds of thoughts. push them away. You've got a lot of work. But if you do this, you will gain a lot. I can feel you.
I want to ask you one more question. Physically, we only meet maybe like on Sundays. That gives me way too much time for me to decide not to go. I was wondering if there was any way. I seem to function better when I have something to do that helps the group, and I feel more obligated when I have to be there for some kind of reason. And I was wondering if we can do some dissemination projects for women only out of the center, so it'll be open more often, and maybe I'll get used to more feeling like I'm a part of it.
By all means, who's stopping you? Of course.
I came up here with a question, I really did. And now it's gone. I don't know what to do about it. How do we increase? Is it the amplitude of these waves? Is it the frequency? How do we keep this going? How do we not lose it?
We can't determine the frequency and the power of the waves. They come according to the investment we put into preparing for them. But to determine in advance that there will be this or that wave at this or that frequency, we can't. We only need to get used to the fact that we have a society behind us. We have a backup. So whatever wave comes, we maintain ourselves within the society, within the environment, and we don't let go. Because such waves will come that will show you that you have to detach from the way. You have to agree with the confusions and the enemies. I can't give you a solution. How to work with it. You have to acquire it by yourself. There is none so wise as the experienced. But constantly, we have to constantly strengthen ourselves in that I have to insist on that point of truth. Whatever happens. What could happen? So I'll die. Isn't it going to happen? We agree with this in advance. As soon as we begin to live, we accept that we will at some point die. So fine. It's written that if such thoughts come to you, remind them of the day of death. And then what? So what? That'll make it easier on you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Rav. I'm Rachel from Virginia. I'm in the virtual tent number 4. And I'm asking for a sister in my head. How do we actually perform a restriction? When a pleasurable situation or thing comes to us, are we supposed to reject it or do what with it?
It comes by itself, ma'am. We don't determine this in advance. And now I'm going to make the tzimtzum. The tzimtzum, the restriction is a result of the influence of the upper light. Just like all spiritual actions, they are a direct result of the upper light, which influences us. And all of a sudden I decide I have to make a tzimtzum. I'm not going to receive more than that. I'm not going to think like that anymore. I work only in rejection. It's a result of the upper light. And within us, we can decide 1,000 decisions. They don't work. Only the upper light. This is why it says a reforming light. And before that, do everything to make it come. Good luck.
So, Rav, this entire Congress and everything leading up to it has been completely new and unknown, a new experience, and we want to already, while we're here, to start. Why? Well, for starters, the preparation. We've never had such a preparation. For example, all the content for the lessons, as far as I heard, was put together with friends from over 10 different countries, like a group. That's just one example. I can continue for very long, but I know we're short on time. But the question is, we want to already now start preparing and getting ready for what's to come. How can we take this experience and move forward? So the question we want to ask is, can you please share what are your expectations for our work in this new state after the Congress?
Just want to add specifically, Rav, about the worldwide Arvut team that started to meet before the Congress. This body of friends from all over the world, really close to 40 friends that have been meeting, and we've been meeting after the lessons, as you know, for 15, 20 minutes to connect to His importance, and a lot of stuff came out of those connections. So the question is, maybe a few words of maybe further direction between now and Italy. How can we use this, that force to, even better, if there's any direction to how to do it?
First of all, this Congress is a result of our studies. Everything we said here, we also talked about it for sure in the last months in our morning lessons that we have. What will come next? First, I recommend not separating this board, this international board that you built, not disintegrating it. Find a way to use it, to use this common force. How to use it correctly. It can give you a big thrust forward. So this is one. Number two, after this Congress, I'm taking 2 weeks off. That's it. Yeah, I deserve it. So, what do I want to say? With respect to the Congress itself, I have only compliments to give you. The organization, the attendance, the seriousness. Really, it's really a super Congress. I'm also happy that we started working with our instructors here in North America. And I hope that we will continue in some format to keep it that way, a combination. And I recommend this for all the congresses to try. We'll find the right way. But it's very important. It's very important for me, because you know these friends anyway, but so you will know them as people who can teach. I'm proud that we have people who can really stand in for me, with no loss as a result. Now, in about 2 months, right?
July.
In July, right. We have a congress in Italy. So let's start thinking how we do it. Of course, it's not going to be an only Italian group, but it's a good, strong group, like we have none other in Europe like it. So this is why we have it there, and afterwards the European Congress will have it probably in the fall, in October, November. So let's do this Congress in Italy, get ready for it, write first of all what you think, topics, plans, schedule, everything. In short, get organized. And we'll do it again like we did it here. I have no words. I really have no words to thank, to express my gratitude regarding this Congress, about how much closer we have come to the wisdom of Kabbalah. It's become, we've made contact. We've made contact. And I don't think there has been a Congress as powerful as this one. From all of the Congresses, all the Congresses. There are several reasons for it. And I'm very happy that it happened this way. Basically, that's it. So it is for you to get ready for the next Congress. Good luck. And again, I'm telling everyone, while we're on the topic, I highly recommend watch every morning lesson. Here it is at a convenient time, right? In the evening. You're already home. I have no other place where I give the whole of the wisdom, only in this lesson. We'll be together, and you will feel every day that you are progressing. Please.
Good afternoon.
Last question. Look at how many men we have here.
My name is Donna. I'm from the Netherlands, and I received a question from one of the young students in Holland. She's asking, she's been struggling with this question for quite some time, and she's wondering, what is the Kabbalistic view on grief or sorrow? She doesn't know how to relate to it, like is it good or bad? Is it an emotion from the soul or from the ego?
It depends on the type of sorrow or grief. If I am sorry, if I regret not having love of man, love of the world, this is good sorrow, of course, and so on. So, being sorry about having no power of bestowal. And if I regret not having egoistic satisfaction with the power of reception, this is bad sorrow. Just divide it this way and that's it.
No, אני לא יודע, אצלי כתוב עוד רבע שעה.
We will give another 10 minutes where we want to make the most of this moment. And we have Rav here. Let's go for a few more questions.
Thank you, Rav. The question is, the form of the 10 that we are working with here, how will humanity relate to it? How will they use it to reveal the Creator? Is this something we have to only imagine here between us? The form of the 10 that we are working with here, how will humanity relate to it? How will they use it to reveal the Creator? Is this something we have to only imagine here between us?
It seems to me that yes, that humanity will connect in tens, because it has to do with the spiritual root. Everyone must connect into 110, which is what exists. It's the first Havaya in the world of Ein Sof. But how this will happen, I spoke about it many times. We will come to a state where people will have no jobs, and they will need to be organized. And the best organization is in tens, where they will learn everything in tens. And for this, they will get some sort of a daily payment or whatever. I don't know, call it unemployment benefits or whatever. This is how it'll work out. So we will have to organize it this way. Who will organize it? You. You will have to organize humanity in such a way that in every place, people will come together and will begin, through their connection, even the smallest, to feel that by this they get the upper force. The upper force comes to them. There is no other way. When we learn this system, this scheme, we see that this is how it is. And besides, by revealing what happens, we see that it can't be any other way. The upper light will arrange it. We'll set it up. We can go out to all kinds of places and start organizing it in companies, workplaces, schools, wherever possible. We need to show how this works. We should do it. Yes, please.
Thank you, Rob.
It's about dissemination to 99 to the general public. 2-3 years ago, as people were interested, that's interesting about message dissemination. Now they are getting all fascinated about the message of good connection. Yeah. What would be now that right in the middle they stop and say, yes, we know it. So what would be the next practical application of to give it to these people, to gather them with circles, 110 and so forth. Like every people, like now, 10 people every day, all of them say.
To create around it education, culture, all kinds of forms of writing, theaters, singing, everything that humanity does. Except not in the Kabbalistic style, but in the bestowal side. Sorry, not in the style of reception, but in the style of bestowal. It's all in front of you. I have nothing to add. Tell me what you have in this world and turn it, invert it through the right connection between people into its opposite, and then you'll see how much you can do. And as a result of this, you will feel some taste, some fulfillment, a new life. Good luck. Okay? That's it?
Ralph, in the New York group, I have a role of young group coordinator. I take this role very seriously because a lot of the young group members depend on this. And I would like to know how we can encourage them, inspire them, and raise the importance of continuing to study Rabash. Because after they finish the young group, there is no pathway for them to really just read the articles. I mean, other than the lessons, but there's nothing really other than that. The way they read the whole article and gain something from it, like I have by being
I don't think it's good. I don't know what you mean by young group. How long have they been studying? If you give them these heavy books that Chaim made, I think it might repel a lot of people. We wanted to have the authentic sources. But is it ready for, is it suitable for beginners? Americans who live in today's culture. And I seriously doubt that they can understand it and process it and digest it and accept it well. I think we need to, and we do have such materials. We just need to put together out of the workshops that we give, out of the lessons, to put together such books that will talk about the same things, but in a shorter way, more convenient, more accessible, and will not repel them. This is what I think. I don't think that to introduce them to Bala, Sulam, and Rabash as it is, this is very hard. Very hard for them. To rise above the style, the misunderstandings. There will be so many obstacles along the way. You should feel sorry for them. I don't think that many people will stay if you start teaching them according to the sources. It's good to have sources, so they know that these are the sources, but you need something in between.
So once they go through the young and workshop them, they should just let it go from that point and just rely on the eternal sources or the lessons. Is that what you're saying, Rob? Is that what I'm understanding?
Perhaps you can take from our lessons, from our workshops, questions. An explanation before the question about why we're asking specifically this question, and then you'll present to them the questions so they will learn from this, so they will look for an answer.
I'll just add to Rav that the young group programs go through these articles and they concise them and they work with them not on just take the book and go and do something with this. There's a program and we do it slowly and we take specific ones and we take Rav's advice and break it down and do all these things. So it's best to work under the framework where it's really presented.
Yeah, very well. Very good.
Rav, friends, you said that there's many components that are the reason why this Congress was successful as it was. And I just want to add, I think there's one very big component, and it's these friends. These giant friends, and I know that every single person here has contributed something tremendous for the success of this. I was given the role of, it's like, how do you express, the love of friends by reading something? It's hard. How do you express the devotion of friends that spent nights and days and weeks and months just making sure that this could happen? And it's everything. It's not just, making sure that the workshops were, the excerpts, the content, it's everything. It's everything from making sure that the microphones worked to making sure that there was toilet paper in the bathroom. Everything. And we ask in the end of the Congress to acknowledge all these friends. I've never seen anything like it. It's like a book of names. It's like 600,000 souls right here, written here. There's no way. I do want to share with you that the efforts that were made for this Congress are tremendous. There were 600 friends that showed up for the Congress this year. I just want to go through like the one or two people that on each department that maybe, and I apologize for the 200 people that I'm not going to mention. You know that you're like the giants of the generation to all of us. Throughout the beginning of this whole process, we had an awakening team. Mary and Chris and dozens of other friends created a connection around the world that we have no way to express our gratitude. Let's not applaud to the end for everyone, okay? Let's wait with the applause. Thank you. Back there on the wall, the team that took care of the project of our life, of how we're going to spread the light to the world, the archive, they spent the 3 days here with your help. Maybe it may not sound, but those little help that each person put here and the friends around the world, we collected more than $50,000 this weekend. And I have to say that we're not going home yet, so you can still add a little bit, right? We had Uri and Jacob outside that made sure that we had these books. And, Chaim, stand up 1 second, Chaim. Chaim. For those of you who don't know, Chaim basically spends his life making sure that today, I was standing next to Rav signing books today, and I looked at Rabash's writings. those three huge, they're like that thick, and he translated every word of Rabash in there. A few years ago, I was with Chaim in a
That's what he knows from the books.
Yes, that's how I know the books. Yes, but I remember a few years ago we were with Rav in Los Angeles, and Chaim told us his life dream. And his life dream was that in his lifetime, all of Rabash and Bala Sulam's words would be translated into English. And boy, you're close. You're close, Chaim. Thank you. One of the reasons we could all be here and do what we did is because our children were out of the way, being taken care of. We had Lena and Anna and Osnat, and they just took care of our children and gave them a whole Congress experience as well. So thank you. I don't think Roberta is here, but before we came to this Congress, every request you had, how do I sign up, and the thing's not working, and help me, and who picks me up, and all that, Roberta did that. So thank you for you and all your team. All the duties that went on here, the 8s that were set up, Roberta, Iva, Lisa, thank you. Everything that we did to bring the friends here, Marcos, the questions of the workshops being put on there, the content, who made one of the most beautiful congresses when we went through this, my friend Tony and Gianni and Leo and Asaf and Mike. You guys did a tremendous job in creating this Congress for us. Roberta for setting up all the duties, and Beth for taking care of everything that had to do to make sure that we got everything financed and purchased and everything. Joseph and Yuri for the focus group and the intro lectures and introductions to the lessons. Ilya fed us. That's the best I'm going to say about him. He doesn't like when I give him too much of a compliment. With a great team of people, with Eva and Ina and everyone who gave us, made sure that we ate. The musicians, Seth, and the whole team. Wow, you guys were amazing. You really, really did great. And we had friends from overseas coming just to play on the band. That was tremendous.
We had some amateurs on the piano too.
We apologize for that. Jason, who spent the last few months getting his slides together and spent the whole Congress right there on that screen there, so that every clip we saw and every word that we saw on the screen. Mary, Tim, Solomon, I'm missing a bunch of them. They walked around and photographed and made sure that everything is archived for us so we can add to the archive as well. I'm going to wait for you guys. Lema and Regan and all our friends who helped us with the questions and answers. Julia, she's not here anymore, but she set up a registration for 600 people that had no flaws. And that's, for those of us who've worked on congresses, knows what that means. My friend Warren, who I gave hell for a week because he's the one who had to deal with all our hotel rooms. And that was not easy, but he was amazing. Gil and Anna and Alex, who made sure that we're safe the whole time, secured us for 3 days. Moshe Zoltan and the team that made sure that this room is all beautifully set up, every lesson, and changed when we needed to change, and brought the trucks over here and carried them and did all that. And today are going to break this all down and put it into trucks and carry everything out and make sure that it goes back to New York where it needs to go. And Ilya, who made sure that all these beautiful banners and signs stood up, and the technology department, who made sure that not only we could hear, see, feel everything that's going on here, but the hundreds of and thousands of friends around the world were connected flawlessly. Lanis, you're amazing. We love you. Dima, the other friends who are in the other room who spent the days on the outside, and the whole team. I can't do that. The cameramen, everyone. The translators that Asaf, you want to give a compliment to yourself while you're translating? Okay, it's the translators who made sure that everything, every word that Rav said, we could hear and feel and understand. And not only, by the way, we heard it in English here, but you should know that dozens of languages around the world, they spent these last 3 days in hours that you can't imagine. They were in the other room, they were translating Portuguese and Spanish and Russian and Belgian and what other, I can't even remember all the languages there are. We're almost there. Scott, thank you for helping everything being orderly here and ushering us around. I know. Yeah. Susan and Leroy and the whole team who welcomed us at the airport and welcomed us here and made it feel like we came home when we got here. Regan, who helped everyone find a job and be able to make this Congress possible. And I left one last section. I know they're writing me notes. Don't forget. And I didn't forget, because this Congress is possible because of righteous women. Righteous women. Carrie, Iva, Shelley produced the whole Congress. Stand up. There's no words to describe what it is to be able to be in a Congress like this together, and I thank you so, so much, Tony.
And he's not totally invisible, but the person that he didn't mention was the person whose heart all of this went through, whose concern, his worry, his wanting to give everything in perfection to us so that we could reach what we said we wanted to reach. The father of the convention, Zohar.
Wait, 1 second, guys. Just, the righteous women are going to kick my butt if I don't say what I have to say. It's not over yet, so we're going to have a little break after the song, and then we're coming right back for Yeshvat Havarim. Right away, like not like a nanosecond, right, Leo? In and out. Okay, so also, we have a lot of things at the Lost and Found, so if you lost anything, please go to the Righteous Women. They'll sort you out. And L'chaim b'nei Baruch.
And look inside my soul. Let that thought sink in our hearts and make a little hole. Every crack created is a gate for real love, and the light comes pouring in so we can rise above. And the light comes pouring in so we can rise above. Deep inside we feel the tin and there's no turning back. On the edge and holding breath, we're ready to attack. Each and every falling reveals the truth I see. The remedy is what we seek. The love of friends is so unique. The remedy is what we seek. The love of friends is so unique. La 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 תן למחשבה לסתור כל סדק בתוכי מול כל סדק שנפתח נכנסת המים ממלאת את החלל נדירה בדאגה ממלאת את החלל נדירה בדאגה Deep inside the gun and there's no turning back On the edge, holding breath, we're ready to attack Each and every falling reveals the truth I see The remedy is what we seek, the love of friends is so unique The remedy is what we seek, the love of friends is so unique The remedy is what we seek, the love of friends is so unique The remedy is what we seek, the love of friends is so unique La 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 la
1, 2. Okay, friends, we're not leaving this hall. As has been said, we're continuing our going straight into the gathering of friends, and before we do that, we have to break down the room. So we gotta take the chairs to the walls and fold the tables, bring them to the walls like we did yesterday. So we need everyone to do this right now. We're doing this together, and then we're just arranging the chairs and sitting down. Good. So the chairs are going to the wall.
Oh, this is not over.
No. Okay. Yeah, and then the tables, the tablecloths coming off the tables, and then the tables are folded against the wall as well.
The tables are the tables.
стих в желании сердца к 49 вратам.
1, 2, 1, 2.
גרייס, תסגור את ה-DSS. גרייס.
1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3. היי, היי.
Jose, put some volume. Wow. Friends, we'll be starting just in a minute. Those of you who are standing in the back, if you can come and sit here, there's plenty of room here on the left. And whoever's in charge of the connection with Israel, please let us know when we can start.
Aaron, where are you, Aaron?
He's here. He's going to finish the talking and going to run to your thing. You're going to start playing. Okay. For change the game, he's going to finish talking. He's going to start playing. He's going to come over.
And he's going to jump over 6 proverbs a minute.
Yes.
We can do it. Israel's ready.
Entering your reality from the head to the heart. We go? La 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 This is from Rav. Also, I only have compliments for the Congress. Both the organization, the presence, the seriousness. It's truly, really up there. I'm also very happy that we start to work with our instructors here in North America. I hope we'll continue, whatever the format. We want to have that combination. I recommend it for all the Congresses to try, to find the form. You also know all those friends, but also in a way that these people know how to teach. And I'm really proud that we have such friends that can really replace me in the lesson and we're not losing anything. Now, in 2 months, in July, we have a Congress in Italy. Let's start to think how we also do it. Of course, it's not going to be only an internal Italian Congress. It's a really good group. Like, we don't have such many groups like that in Europe, and that's why we're doing the Congress there and later in the fall elsewhere in Europe. I really have no words to thank the Congress, how much we came close inside. We came close to the wisdom of Kabbalah. I don't think that we've ever had such a powerful Congress like this Congress. Truly from all the Congresses, of all the Congresses. There are several reasons for that. I'm very happy it happened now. And in truth, this is it. You must prepare for the next Congress.
It's a sign for all times, forever between us. Oti leol me'ah, benenu ve'eno. Soon we'll reveal and we will see all brothers in one family, all connected and singing Ine Matov Manai. I have no doubts it's not a dream. Suffered enough to know what it means. There's nowhere else to fill our hearts. Come to the room and you will see. It's a sign for all times, forever between us. Sign for all times, forever between us. Soon we'll reveal sign for all times, forever between us. Oh, di leomea.
You find friends standing inside of you. They are not outside of you. This is called one heart. You do not see bodies, you feel desires for the cause, and all of them identify with you. Because you cannot cross the barrier if you are not connected together with them in a 10. And you discover that the 10 are your vessels. And if it is my vessels, how can I not love them? How can I be far away from them? On the contrary, I want to connect with them internally and wholeheartedly. I see it starting here, especially for the first time at this convention. It is very noticeable that they are relatively large numbers of people, especially men, who feel that they belong to one mission, to one desire. Although they seem to be still sort of swaying, but there is still already a common will. It's a nice sign. Rav.
Hello, friends, and hello, World Clean. It's really, we're not getting tired to unite and see each other in every second, every hour, every day. And it's really it's something new happened in this Congress, and everybody felt it. Like we enter like new reality. And it's really, we have something to say about it, because this Congress, it was the first Congress when the whole world was prepared. So, and our unity and everything what happens here in the last 4 days, this is a result of everybody when we see right now on the screens, or even not. Since many weeks, the people all over the world prepared this day for us, and they are connected. We express our gratitude to each and one of them, and really thank you, friends. Thank you so much. You did a great job. You united us, everybody. Thank you. And a special, I would like to say also something about today. This lesson was opened by Tbilisi group. This is a country where it's very few of our friends, but I see they gather more and more and more. And we know that congresses in Georgia is also very noticeable. I just would like to say from us in their language, დიდი მადლობა მეგობრებო. მაგრად იყავით და სიყვარული და გაერთიანება გქონდეთ. Which means thank you very much, friends, for unity and for love. L'chaim.
Friends, you are so lofty. There is none else besides Him. I want the whole world to be corrected. It can only happen if we come together with one heart. To get out of our mind and into the others, into the friends. It's the only way it can happen. We want this. We want our journey to end. We have to want it for everybody else, for every other person on the planet. The whole world has to come together for it to happen for us. Thank you all for all the efforts you've made. You've made it possible for me to be here. Make it happen, Creator. L'chaim.
Great friends, dear brothers. You know, I dropped in here from Israel. I did nothing to help prepare this Congress. I just dropped into this reality that was built for me with these perfect brothers around me that gave their hearts and souls, blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen today. So what do you say when you're a peanut among giants? When you have nothing good inside of you? And this is what I feel. But this is exactly the situation that I need to see, because you guys are the only good that I do have inside of me. And the Creator puts all of you in front of me in these physical bodies to show me what love is, to show me what connection is, to show me what He is. You guys, for me, are the Creator. The good that does good. That's all of you. And you're all proof that there is none else besides Him. And no matter what difficulties He throws at us, and He's got no shortage of that, we know that. He can twist us and turn us in ways that we've never dreamed of, and really just take us to the edge of desperation and pain. But then you remember, you look in front of you, whether it's physically in your group, in New York, in Petach Tikva, in Italy, no matter where you are, you're surrounded by your friends, by your brothers, by your soul, by the Creator. And they will never let you go. Just hold on to them with everything that you have. And if we all do that, we'll succeed. And we'll draw light into this world. I love you guys. I have no words to thank you. You're the greatest. L'chaim.
Chasing money, chasing fame, and it ain't changed. But we're all drained. Ain't nobody satisfied, but we don't know how to escape. They have just want to have more than the next man. They have not just so poor, they don't know what's next, man. So tell me what's your tax plan? Only way to change the world is to change man. Not through regulation, but through education. The paper ain't gonna help, cause our values need changing. And we can cultivate it, we need a transformation. Respect to those who give and give shame in the taking. Respect to the builders of good human relations. Change won't trickle down, only we can save us. It's a new day, the whole game is changing. We'll start it in Jersey, and we're gonna make it. Oh, will it trickle down? Can it trickle down? Can the people unite below? Can the love come from the ground? Oh, will it trickle down? Can it trickle down? Can the people unite below? Can the love come from the ground? And I hate to say it, but if we change places. You find me playing the same game the tycoons are playing. The point that I'm making, the problem's in our nature. I don't care who I take from long as I'm getting. And I'll tell you more, the terms rich and poor ain't about the amount of things you can't afford. And the necessities, it's all about social status. For us, money is God, and we worship who has it. But I hope we'll see the game's all rigged. If we can turn it around, then everybody can win. Cause we cannot be fulfilled, no matter how much we get. We just want more than the rest. We want the others' respect. But we can redefine success. What we call more and what we call less. We'll all win when we learn to connect. So let's make a new game, the one who gives us the best. Change the game, change the game, change the game. Lord, it becomes so late. Change the game, change the game, change the game. Make a game, make a game, make a game. Started in New Jersey. Make a game, make a game, make a game.
There is nothing more than to always return to the proper work and continue, and continue, and continue. After a few hundred times, you will feel that the upper light really affects you and changes something in you. Suddenly you feel you are changing. Suddenly the group that was very foreign and not felt, that you felt indifferent to, suddenly you feel that they are becoming closer and important. And really, they are already connected to the Creator, and they are already attached to you. And apparently, inside, this is your soul. What you're seeking. It will all come by the light that redeems us to our ideal state in accordance with the efforts we make. Arav.
And now we want to go across the world to the other side and to hear our friends from Japan.
Dear friends, this is the East Asian 10 group speaking, and there are actually no words because there is only a very strong sense of care, and we all feel this since the beginning of this preparation that we all enveloped in. We're covered by this care all the time. It's something totally new. That's a new game that we just sang about. I think that there's only the care from the friends in the preparation. We all took part. We all made this congress, and we didn't think we were going to be able to have a Miro Congress in Asia at all, but we asked of support from friends and from you, and you made it happen. There were miracles happen, like Yasip translating now. He could join, in Osaka, run. He came back from his family vacation just seemingly by chance. He got it one day, we all, the hero, He is now on the night bus back from Osaka to Tokyo, and he's starting a new job tomorrow. By the way, he's going to arrive in Tokyo. It's 4 a.m. now, and he will arrive 6 a.m. and go straight to his new job. From tomorrow, he's starting a new job. Friends made huge efforts, and it's not the efforts, I think, that it's the outstanding. It's the care from the friends and the care from the American Kli, the care from World Kli. Thank you. God bless World Kli. Chaim.
And now we're going to go to the heart of our heart, to Petach Tikva, and we're going to hear from our brothers there. Petach Tikva.
היה לנו את הכל בכנס. לא היה...
We had everything at the Congress. There was... look over there, okay. We weren't missing a thing at this Congress. States of lowliness, states of greatness, states of rejection, states of love. And this entire state, including the state that I am now speaking of,
איך שאני מדבר עכשיו, שזה לא המצב
and this way that I'm speaking right now, this isn't my regular state. It's only on the concern of the friends. I am now existing on the concern of the friends. And such states that we had in this Congress, that you feel like you're like a colorblind bull, and you look right or left and you see only red, and you're going to hit and charge into all these red things, and you're fighting yourself. And the day later you understand that you discovered evil, you revealed evil, and upon that evil you pray, and you have no problem to come to your friends and say, my brother, it's me, it's me. Such things don't happen in the outside. Such things happen only here with us, and this is the most special thing in the world. This Congress is a Congress that we're at the very last moments of the Congress to make peace with everyone and anyone that is seemingly not our friend, not with us. Anyone that we have this rejection with, it's all nonsense. We're tied, we're all interconnected to a single system equally, in one equivalence. In order to arrive to that simple thing called love of friends. And in that love of friends we'll get the light, because we'll be in equivalence of form. L'chaim. L'chaim.
Now again we're returning home. generations barely gripping to a spark of our love, just a memory remains, and a hollow place waiting for the friends. Home where we feel together, that we share a single breath. Home, this is where we meet you. Home is where we never left. What's in store for those pressing on ahead? What great rewards for those willing to be led? Too long we've wandered, not knowing what to do. Now hand in hand you will lead us back to you. 5,000 years we have wandered in the dark, with generations barely gripping to a spark of our love, just a memory remains, and a hollow place waiting for the friends. Home where we feel together, that we share a single breath. Home, this is where we meet you. Home is where we never left. Home, after all the fighting, all those hours on the road. Home, where the prayer of many is my brother's only hope. Oh, is my brother's only hope. Home where we feel together, that we share a single breath. Home, this is where we meet you. Home is where we never left. Home, after all the fighting, all those hours on the road. Home, where the prayer of many is my brother's only hope. Oh, is my brother's only hope.
Riga Brothers.
Friends, I'm not sure. Do you hear us? Amazing, thank you. So actually, we won't speak so much, but we forget the words. The things what happen in this Congress, it's something amazing. It's a really practical Congress.
И это абсолютно практический конгресс.
I don't know. Every question from the Rav was like you feel that it's not like a question what you have to think and answer the question. it was like you should do that. You should momently realize these things, and you should check. You should check and know what it means. And I will talk a little bit about Baltics. We're covering, I think, from 8 countries: Israel, Finland, Belarus, Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, and and Russia, and Finland, of course, Finland. And we're gathering together, and we feel like a one. We don't feel like somebody came from other countries. It was like we was in one group, even before the Congress. Everyone speaks like he was in my turn all the time. Everyone feel that we want to realize everything what the Rav said, what the Kabbalist said, what the Kabbalist wrote for us. We want a huge realization of all the Kabbalists said. From this moment till the Gmar Tikkun. And I will give the microphone to my friend who will invest a lot in this Congress. He was a huge manager of our Congress, Martinch.
Just it's one question. Why I come in here first and next? You're the best creator in the world. Thank you very much.
L'chaim!
Теперь мы хотим подключить наших дорогих товарищей.
And now we want to connect to our great friends from Odessa.
Они провели великую, очень
They have done a tremendous job.
Проводили конгрессы.
They held a mirror congress, and we were just so happy to see them. We're so happy to see that we're entering this new stage. And we're going to continue in this new path, new way.
Go
ahead, friends. Good evening, Chavarim. I'm not even going to ask if you can hear me or not. I know that you can hear us. Because here, this time, this Congress, it's so distant in terms of space, and yet it's so close in terms of the internality. There has never been a moment in the entire these 3 days and 3 nights that have passed where the friends weren't investing their love into the unity, into the bestowal, into that push that we all need to make. And I am confident that we did make it, because among the friends here, there is no one who wasn't in that internal part of the Congress. Everything just came alive. Everything was ignited, and we cannot retreat. We have the sea behind us. That's why we understand the Israelis. We understand where they're coming from. Now I want to give my friend Sergey a chance to speak. Yes, we have friends here who visited us from Israel, and they brought their importance of the goal. And it was all brought here and mixed with all of the groups holding mirror congresses. And I just want to say, L'chaim bnei Baruch, L'chaim Chavarim.
Friends,
I just want to let the Creator speak through me. I just want to thank everyone, all the friends here. There really is no words to describe it. It is something that you have to feel. And this Congress already knew, especially after that march in the desert. What? Wow. I mean, yeah, there's really no words, and I just want to pour out my heart. But this Congress, I felt all of you. We're listening to Rav, and it's so it's like a laser knife, just laser surgery on my wretched ego. And I look around and I see all of you, all your efforts, how intense, just everything I felt was perfect. That I was the only one who needed to be corrected. That I'm in the presence of the Creator, and everything that the friends do or say is for my correction only. And you just get this sense of shame, like I have nothing to give. What can I do? It just makes you want to know completely. And yeah, there is no way to give thanks, because it's something that I don't deserve. I don't know how I was selected, how we all were, but that feeling of oneness, of the filling, that's what we are, is, we're just the vessel, the Creator's the filling. And I feel that so strong with all of you. And I know that when we get out of this Congress, for some of us, it may take a little bit for everything to settle, maybe a week or two, but I felt it before, and I know you all feel it too, that it's going to be a completely brand new universe as soon as we step out of here. I mean, it is already. It's right now. It's and I'm so excited what's to come. And I don't care how tough it is, how dark it is, whatever you want to call it, because I have the friends, because we have this connection. Israel can never be separated. All throughout human history, civilizations have collapsed, people groups scattered, but Israel has always been united, always will be, always has, always will be. And I just want to thank you and just ask of you, don't hide your light. The world needs to understand. They need to feel this. We need to fill the whole universe with His glory. And you are it. You are the chosen. We are it. We are the chosen ones to do this. What greater privilege, what honor, how great the friends are. One of the friends told me last night, and I'm just going to stop right here because I don't know what I'm saying, but they said, try this. When you pray, you look at your friend in the eyes, and when you make your prayer to the Creator, when you look at your friend, look at them and ask them your prayer. And that's what I ask all of you, the entire world, Kli. I ask of you, reveal yourself to the world. And finally, let's bring contentment to the Creator and fulfill our role. I love you all. Thank you.
All right. 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 All right to you. No matter where I am, no matter what I do, there is just one way. But of course there is, lost without you. I can't find my peace. You are the onset, you are the end. You are what will be and all that's ever been. You are my friend, you are my way, you are my shield wherever I stay. You are the word and you are my goal. From the moment of birth till I reach my soul. Ain't no real battle.
Okay. Amigos de Santiago, los estamos escuchando.
Friends from Santiago were listening.
Durante muchos
During
años
many years,
estuvimos en un laboratorio con un
we've been
maestro.
in a laboratory with our teacher. And in this Congress,
A través de un curso intensivo,
with this very intensive course, our teacher has raised us together.
donde en 8 etapas
During these 8 stages,
avanzamos
we advanced to build a new reality.
nos queda muy poco para llegar
We
a la
have very
décima
little to reach this next level, to rise all together to this level
del nuevo mundo,
of this new world, of this new reality, the nation of the Kabbalah. And this, thanks to the union,
el esfuerzo
the effort and the giving
de los hombres
of the men and the women
que revelarán la grandeza
that will
del
reveal the
Creador
greatness of the Creator.
a un mundo en
Our
mudanza.
world is moving.
Por ello, todos juntos
Because of them all together, to succeed. L'chaim. Within the group, I build a network of connections with the friends that suddenly begins to live. And this is called the Creator. My spiritual life. My eternal world. That's it. If we succeed, we will have it. If we will not succeed, we will not have it. These are the laws of nature. We cannot bend them. Rav.
So friends, we all know that our next milestone on our path is the Italy Congress. So we want to go to a very very dear friend. He's like the Zohar of Italy. So let's hear him, Giuseppe. Let's hear him, Giuseppe. Let's hear him, Giuseppe. Let's hear Giuseppe. Let's hear.
Do you hear me? Okay. Here, before all, we are in Vienna. And around me there is the greatest of the generation.
Mute, please. Mute. Mute your speakers and start over, please.
Giuseppe, mute your speakers.
Friends, here we have to continue this beautiful work, this wonderful work that is just happened in New Jersey, and we need your help to build a second step of this, wonderful Worldly Congress. The place is not important. It is in Italy, happens in Italy, and after Italy happens in Bulgaria. Wherever it is happened, the important things that we continue, because we give us a big example how to make a Worldly Congress, and we want to continue with your help in this track. I'm sure with your help we can have success. It's very difficult to arrive to your level. We are envy, we are jealous about you, but we want to learn with your help, and we can have together, we can have success also in Italy. Here in Vienna were more than 100 people from all over Europe, and I'm very grateful to these friends. They embrace each one of us as a mother, with love, with connection and love. And also I can see in this meeting what happens in Europe, what beautiful project happens in Europe with the Kabbalah Academy, with the social work to improve the group, and so on and so on. We need more time to speak, but don't have time to speak about this. The only things that I want to say, we embrace you in July, and we want to stay with you, to learn from you, to connect with you, with all the world. This is a big one art in all over the world now. Thanks you friends. Thanks you, friends. L'chaim.
Chiesto, la ragione ci sesto, non sa vite senza luce, io non c'è con luce, calzo clicca nelle cuore, scapire per amore, ci per l'unione, con gli amici una missione, conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà. Conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà, conseguire la libertà, con gli amici, solo uniti con gli amici, per cambiare la recessione, con la luce di d'azione, con gli amici, solo uniti con gli amici, per cambiare la recessione, con la luce di d'azione. גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד.
L'chaim b'nei Brut!
Where's the breakdown?
Okay, friends. World Kli, we love you. We're going to start breaking down this Congress, and we're going to do it together. So everyone who can stay and help, stay and help. Let's try to start. We have a few friends here who will guide us. We're going to do it without all the audio, so let's just do it together. Okay?
So we can leave the chairs where they are. Don't touch anything here. And there are various stations like the musician stations, the bookstore, productions, the tech department. You can go to those areas and help friends roll the cables, take down the monitors, pack everything. There's a lot of work. So if you can stay, please help us.
They know that maybe. Where are the points? Bookstore?
Okay, so there's a bookstore. That's one point. You know where that is. Another one is and there's a Shidur, which is a room straight out to the right of this hallway. Where else?
Also annul yourself internally. So the question is, when the friends see my external acts of humility and annulment, how can I be truthful with myself about annulling internally? How can I also make sure that I annul internally? Again, when the friends see my external acts of humility and annulment and service, when I do all those things towards the friends, how can I also be truthful with myself about annulling internally?
So it's a little tricky, because it's specifically when I make these external actions of annulment that don't really, they matter in the sense that they push us towards internal annulment, but in and of themselves, I can be thinking internally all sorts of nonsense. And if I do external action of annulment and I get honor, right? I get encouragement from others, from the friends. That makes it actually more difficult, because then my ego starts puffing out, and it's at that point where we need to help each other, right? We think of each other, we pray for each other, that we all have the strength to catch ourselves at that point, and do the correct analysis, the correct discernment, that ultimately it's not the external action of annulment that matters, it's that internal annulment, where we all want to nullify the ego and be part of this environment and to receive from the environment, like from a womb, to allow the Creator's light to do whatever it needs to do to us.
Well, let's imagine I'm the perfect friend. I'm a constant example and inspiration to a friend, daily at the lesson, doing everything, dissemination, everything possible. What else? What else is there to add? And the answer is basically only prayer. This is the only place where even friends don't know what I'm doing right. My